This is the another Hdtv antenna I just finished up. Made it a little different, and it's pretty simple to build. No screws, no bolts. It's just kindly a good soldering iron and some PVC pipe and some glue, and I use the Gorilla glue to put the pipe together. It was cheaper than buying the PVC pipe. So more to follow on the antenna to come here. Here's a picture of my Hdtv antenna, what the elements would look like in the phasing harness. The elements is 9.5 inches, and the spacing between the elements is 9 inches, and the feed point is right in the center, and it's made from number 12 copper wire, and the phasing harness is made from number 14 gauge copper wire. Okay, and you will need a 10-foot piece of PVC pipe to make the antenna out of. This is what I bought down at Lowe's hardware store. I'm sure other stores would have the same or something similar to it. This is the frame that you will end up with after you cut your PVC pipe. It's only stuck together and it's not glued. And you'll see it should be about 10.5 inches center to center. This is what will hold the elements for your antenna. Okay, now I got my elements cut. I got 8 pieces of number 12 copper wire, cut 20 inches long, and after we get the antenna built, we'll trim them down to about 9.5 inches. So now I'm going to show you how to straighten the wires. Take a pair of vice grips and clamp your wire to it, and put the other end in a drill and pull it real tight and spin it with the drill, and that will straighten the wire. And put a little bit of temper, but you don't want to overdo it and make it too brittle. It will break when you try to bend it. Just a little bit till it gets straight. You can see how straight the wire is after I spun it about maybe 10 times. There. Okay, there's all of my elements straightened and bent in the center, and kind of laid out what the antenna would look like when we get her put together. So now it's time to drill the holes. What we want to do now is lay the element across the pipe at about 4.5 inches. That's about like that. And the black mark is where these would be the 9-inch mark. And then we got them spreaded about 5 inches at the end. And so on each side of the 9-inch mark, we want to drill a hole through the pipe to put the elements through. If you lay both pipes together, just like that, you can draw a pretty straight line down the pipes where you got your marks at, and if you work them over, roll them over, then that gives you a place to drill your lines, and so that you can keep it pretty straight with your element. Okay, I've got my holes drilled and I got my elements push through the holes, and that's what it should look like. That's one side of the antenna, and here lays the other side and stuff. So now we need to glue the antenna together is the next step. Okay, got the elements in, got the antenna all glued together, and got her set up pretty good there. So now it's time to install the phasing harness. Okay, we're getting ready to make the phasing harness. To make that, I use an old piece of scrap 14 gauge house wiring. So now I'm going to proceed to remove all of the insulation from the wire. You'll need two pieces about 3 foot long. Okay, I got my wire hooked up to the thing with a pair of vice grips, and I got the wire for my phasing harness in the drill, and I'm going to straighten it. Okay, it looks pretty straight there. There's my two phasing lines for the antenna. They're about 44 inches long. Okay, we got the phasing harnesses straight, and in the center, you want to find the center of the phasing harness, and in the center of the phasing harness, you want to bend a little loop and then install a little a machine screw to hook your balun to, and you have to do it in both of them, and it's very easy to bend a little loop and hook the screw into it like that. You'll need 8 pieces of real small copper wire, some old Cat 5 cable, works pretty good. Should have a piece of this probably laying around. And cut it off and get you 8 little wires out of it and clean the insulation off of it, so you just got the bare copper wire, and we'll use that to tie your elements to the phasing harness. Okay, I got one of the phasing harnesses wired at 9 inches. See, my screw would be about 13.5, and the other one is a 18. Okay, I got the phasing harness installed in the middle and soldered in to the elements there, and over there, and there's my terminals to hook my antenna lead up to. Now I'm going to hook up the other end. The phasing harness is completed. I want you to look at the ends of the antenna where the wires crisscross at each end of the antenna, and you can bend the element so you'll have about a 3/4 to an inch gap where they cross over, and you need to do that on both ends of the antenna there. And now we're going to hook the balun up to it and test it on the air. Okay, here's the antenna. It's like almost completed. There's the top elements, there's the center, there's where the balun hooks on. That's where I hook my coax to. And you come on down and see, and I put T's at the bottom, right? Then put little extensions and another T to make a lag for it to stand on, so it will set up on a table very nicely there. So now we'll put the coax to it and see what kind of picture I get. Now the antenna is completed. I have all the elements cut to 9.5 inches. Have it pretty well tuned in, and got the coax hooked up to it, about 50 feet of coax that runs over to my converter box, and up there's the TV, the monitor that I use to watch as a television. So I get all the channels from Chicago, which is not bad from sitting inside of my garage with a metal garage door between me and Chicago. So, thanks for watching my video here, and maybe I'll build another one.